the moon. Cain drank at the crone's bare neck and departed. The next night, Cain found the crone sleeping on a rock. "Wake up, crone," Cain said. "I have returned." The crone opened one eye and said, "I dream of the solution for you this night. Drink once more of me, and then return tomorrow night. Bring a bowl of clay, bring a sharp knife. I will have your answer then." Once again Cain took blood from the crone, who immediately fell back into a deep slumber. When Cain returned the next night, the crone looked up at him and smiled. "Greetings, Lord of the Beast," the crone said. "I have the wisdom you seek. Take some of my blood into the bowl you have, and mix in these berries and these herbs, and drink deep of the elixir. You will be irresistible. You will be potent. You will be masterful. You will be ardent. You will be glowing. The heart of Zillah will melt like the snows in spring." And so Cain drank from the crone's elixir, because he was so in love with Zillah, and he so desired her love in return. And the crone laughed. The crone laughed aloud. She had tricked him. She had trapped him. Cain was angry beyond compare. Cain reached out with his powers to rend this crone apart with his strength. The crone cackled and said, "Do not," and Cain could do nothing against her. The crone chuckled and said, "Love me," and Cain could do nothing but stare into her ancient eyes, desire her leathery skin. The crone laughed and said, "Make me immortal," and Cain embraced her. She cackled again, laughed with the pure ecstasy of the embrace, for it did not pain her. "I have made you powerful, Cain of Enoch, Cain of Nod, but you will forever be bound to me. I have made you master of all, but you will never forget me. Your blood, potent as it is now, will bond those who drink it, as you did, once a night, for 3 nights. You will be the master, they will be your thrall, as you are mine. For though Zillah will love you as you wanted, you will love me forever. Go now and claim your lovely bride. I will wait for you in the darkest places, while I brew up more potions for your health." And so, heavy-hearted, Cain returned to Enoch, and each night, for 3 nights, Zillah drank from her sire, though she did not know it. And on the 3rd night, Cain announced he would marry Zillah, his sweetest child, and she agreed. For a year and a day, Cain labored in service to a crone, who with blood wisdom bound him as surely as any prisoner. She would visit him at night, force him to give up his blood for her secret elixirs and potent formulas. She would take his childers childer, and they would never be heard from again. But Cain was wise. He did not drink from her ever again, and she did not ask him to, thinking that he was ever in her thrall. One night Cain went to the crone in the forest, and told her of terrible dreams that he had during his sleep. "I fear for my life, crone. I fear for the prophecy of Oriel, and my children's lust for my blood. Tell me secret knowledge, that I might be powerful against my own." And the crone went to a tree made of gopher wood and broke off a limb. She took a sharp knife and sharpened the limb. "Take this piece of living wood, sharp, strong. Pierce the heart of your wayward child. It will render him still and yours to command. Instead of feasting on your heart's blood, he will feel the weight of your justice." Cain said, "Thank you, Mother." And with that, moving in quick movements, Cain took the stake of gopher wood, seized it, and drove it deep within the crone's heart. Because Cain, wise Cain, had not fed upon her for a year and a day, and because he forced his will through his hands, he broke the bond she held on him and turned his fortune. She laughed again, as blood welled up and poured out of her mouth. Her eyes poured out hate. Cain kissed her once, kissed her with cold, withered lips, and left her there to Raphael's gentle smile, the sun that rises. In the beginning, there was only Cain. Cain, who sacrificed his brother out of love. Cain, who was cast out. Cain, who was cursed forever with immortality. Cain, who was cursed with the lust for blood. It is Cain, from whom we all come, our sire's sire. For the passing of an age, he lived in the land of Nod, in loneliness and suffering. For an eon he remained alone, but the passing of memory drowned his sorrow, and so he returned to the world of mortals, to the world his brother, Seth, third born of Eve, and Seth's children had created. He returned and was made welcome, for none would turn against him due to the mark that was laid upon him. The people saw his power and worshipped him. He grew powerful, and his power was strong. His ways of awe and command were great, and the children of Seth made him king of their great city, the first city. But Cain grew lonely in his power. Deep within him, the seeds of loneliness blossomed and grew a dark flower. He saw within his blood the potence of fertility. By calling up demons and listening to whispered wisdom, he learned the way to make a child for his own. He came to know its power, and in doing so, decided to embrace one of those near him. And lo, Uriel, dread Uriel, revealed himself to Cain that very night and said to him, "Cain, though powerful you are, and marked of God, know you this, that any child you make will bear your curse, that any of your progeny will forever walk in the land of Nod, and fear flame and sun, drinking blood only, and eating ashes only. And since they will carry their father's jealous seed, they will forever plot and fight amongst themselves. Doom not those of Adam's grandchildren who seek to walk in righteousness, Cain. Stay your dread embrace." Still, Cain knew what he must do, and a young man named Enosh, who was the most beloved of Seth's kin, begged to be made son to the Dark Father. And Cain, mindful though he was of Uriel's words, seized Enosh and wrapped him in the dark embrace. And so it came to pass that Cain begat Enoch, and, so doing, named the first city Enoch. And, so doing, did Enoch beg for a brother, a sister, and Cain, indulgent father, gave these to him, and their names were Zillah, whose blood was most favoured of Cain, and Irad, whose strength served Cain's arm. And these kindred of Cain learned the ways of making progeny of their own, and they embraced more of Seth's kin, unthinking. And then wise Cain said, "An end to this crime, there shall be no more." And as Cain's word was the law, his brood obeyed him. The city stood for many ages, and became the centre of a mighty empire. Cain grew close to those not like him. The children of Seth knew him, and he in turn knew them. But the world grew dark with sin. Cain's children wandered here and there, indulging their dark ways. Cain felt anger when his children fought. He discovered deceit when he saw them make word war. He knew sadness when he saw them abuse the children of Seth. Cain read the signs in the darkening sky, but said nothing. Then came the great deluge, a great flood that washed over the world. The city was destroyed, the children of Seth with it. Again, Cain fell into great sorrow and went into solitude, and he left us, his progeny, to our own ends. We found him, after much searching, deep in the earth, and he bade us go, saying that the flood was a punishment for his having returned to the world of life and subverting the true law. He asked us to go so that he might sleep. So we returned alone to find the children of Noah and announced that we were the new rulers. Each created a brood in order to claim the glory of Cain, yet we did not have his wisdom or restraint. A great war was waged, the elders against their children, just as Uriel had said, and the children slew their parents. They rose up using fire and wood, swords and claws, to destroy those who had created them. The rebels then built a new city out of the fallen empire. They collected the 13 clans that had been scattered by the Great War and brought them all together. They brought in the Kingship clan, the clan of the Beast, the Moon clan, the clan of the Hidden, the Wanderer clan, the clan of the Rose, the Night clan, the clan of Shapers, the Snake clan, the clan of Death, the Healers clan, the clan of the Hunt, and the Learned clan. They made a beautiful city, and the people worshipped them as gods. They created new progeny of their own, the 4th generation of Cainites. But they feared the jihad, the prophecy of Uriel, and it was forbidden for those children to create others of their kind. This power their elders kept for themselves. When a child was created, it was hunted down and killed, and its sire with it. Although Cain was away from us, we did feel his careful eye watching us, and we knew that he marked our movements and our ways. He cursed Malkav when that one defamed his image and doomed him to insanity forever. When Nosferatu was found indulging his taste in foul ways with his own children, Cain laid his hands on Nosferatu and told him that he would forever wear his evil and twisted his visage. He cursed us all for killing the first part of his children, the 2nd generation, as we had hunted them down one by one. Zillah the beautiful, Irad the strong, and Enoch first ruler, and we mourned them all, as we were all of a kind, and all of the families of Cain's children. Though the city was as great as Cain's, eventually it grew old. As do all living things, it slowly began to die. The gods at first did not see the truth, and when they last looked about them, it was too late. For as Uriel had said, the seed of evil planted blossomed as a blood-red rose, and Troili, the child of his child's child, rose up and slew his father Bruha, and ate of his flesh. Then war racked the city, and nothing could ever be as it was. The 13 saw their city destroyed and their power extinguished, and they were forced to flee, their progeny along with them. But many were killed in the flight, for they had grown weak. With their authority gone, all were free to create their own broods, and soon there were many new kindred who ruled across the face of the earth. But this could not last. Over time, there came to be too many of the kindred, and then there was war once again. The elders were already deep in hiding, for they had learned caution, but their children had founded their own cities and broods, and it is they who were killed in the great wave of war. There was war so total that there are none of that generation to speak of themselves any longer. Waves of mortal flesh were sent across continents in order to crush and burn the cities of the kindred. Mortals thought they were fighting their own wars, but it is for us that they spilt their blood. Once this war was over, all of the kindred hid from one another and from the humans that surrounded them. In hiding we remain today, for the Jihad continues still. And none will say when Cain will arise again from his sleep in the earth and call for the city Gehenna, the last city, the city of judgment. The Jihad continues still. These are the words that Cain said regarding our progeny, as he ruled in Enoch as king. Hear the words of Cain, lawgiver. Thou shalt not make progeny against my will, and if you are given leave, then choose of those children of Adam well. Think of them as your future brother or sister. Look to the everlasting night ahead, and know Oriel's prophecy, that forever shall child rise up to slay sire. Know thou that, as in all things, the father overcomes the child, the mother her daughter. Only through me will you come to truth. Only through me will you come to peace. Only through me will you come awake to your power. Know thou that the right of life or death, as it was in my times, will ever be the sire's over the child's, for it has been set in heaven as well as in this world, the way of things. My father Adam over me, I over you, you, my children, over all progeny you get. Thou shalt not suffer your child to live. If it is found that he has killed one of your brothers, and has drunk his heart's blood, this is the serpent's way, and I will not abide it. Thou shalt not embrace those who are unworthy. Thou shalt not use the embrace as punishment. Neither shall you embrace the youngest, who should live long enough before being brought into my family, so that the wisdom of our line will grow. Thou shalt not embrace those who are diseased, insane, or full of ill humours, for they will taint the blood. Never shall there be more kindred of Cain than kindred of Seth in a place. Neither should there be one of Cain for every 3 of Seth. All children should learn from their sire the law and the traditions, the rites and the customs, as I have given them to you. Thou shalt not embrace the moon beasts, for these should be outcast and called abomination. Neither should you taste of their blood, for they are forbidden. They bring death to our door. Embrace not the blood of the enlightened, rather listen to their words, watch their actions, and move swiftly against them should they strike. A useful sword, but often too sharp. Taste not the blood of the wild ones, for in it is madness. Neither should you embrace them, for you will not survive it. Embrace not love, for love in my embrace will grow cold, wither, and die. These are the words that Cain said regarding the children of Seth as he ruled in Enoch as king. Hear the words of Cain, lawgiver. We are given dominion over the line of Seth, third son of Adam, as he is our youngest brother. We will watch over his children as if they were our own. We will show them the right way, and in return they will serve us all of their days. They will serve us while the sun rides the sky, and watch over our houses with quenching water against Michael's fire. They will feed us and provide us with clothes. They will dance for us and provide us with song. They will lay with us and provide us with comfort. They will advise us, and we will listen to their advice. They will worship us, and we must not allow their worship. Thou shalt not become as a god to the children of Seth, for the one above, growing jealous in his sky, will strike down the line of Cain forever. Remember gentle-faced Ashtaroth. Remember golden fat Baal. Remember strong Tammuz. Know thou that the children of Seth will rise up with weapons from the one above, and conquer us, should we be as gods to them. Thou shalt guide the children of Seth as a shepherd guides his flock, and cull them as they are needed. Thou shalt cleanse their blood, and keep all of them free from disease. Find you a place that is yours, and the mortals that dwell there. Let them be your sheepfold, let them be your cup, let them be your holy bread. Mark ye that a mortal who, marked with the power of another Cainite, does a thing, yea verily. He does it as if that child of Cain did it, and that kindred will pay the price of crime or retribution, just as he had done the thing, for in this way there is an accounting to be made, and the children of Seth not be merely swords in the hands of dark strangers. Mark well the threefold drinking, the bond of blood, and let those of Seth's children with great skill come to serve the children of Cain, as it is we are the first part of wisdom, and should be served. As well, in blood bonds, know that there is no greater bond than Cain has with his childer, and through me all chains are broken, all shackles are shattered. Mark well the children of the one above, the cherubs, the seraphim, the archangels, for their touch will burn you as does the flame of Michael. Mark well the children of the one below, the serpent's kin, for their touch will burn you as well, and their tongues will delude and deceive you. In need you may feed the beasts of the field of your blood.